Hi, Jen. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Uh, could you talk about yourself and your company, please?
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Jen Dayton, and I am a small business owner in Kalamazoo, Michigan, so in the Midwest.
Mhm.
Um, I own a home decor online e-commerce shop. So anything from wall hangings to furniture. So a lot of products on my website. That's how it started. I also have social media accounts that I use to, promote the business. And then recently, I have found a spot in downtown Kalamazoo where we'll be opening our first retail
Mhm.
store, our first brick and mortar. So that's what's going on now, and what my business is, and yeah.
Could you share your story? What inspired you to start Home Crest Co?
Yeah, absolutely. So before I started Home Crest and Company, I was in sales. I was selling educational assessments and materials, both at the K-12 level and higher education. Working at campuses with professors. But before I was in sales, I went to college to become a teacher. So I was a first grade teacher for about 8 years. And I loved it. And then, I ended up getting a master's degree in reading and literacy, and I did that for a good 8 years. But I knew that there was something different for me, or a different journey. So I left the classroom in 2018, went into sales, and I really got a good foothold on business and how marketing works, and that really gave me the inspiration to start Home Crest and Company. I have always had a passion for home decor, and when I was selling for these big businesses or these big companies, I'm selling their product, right? It's not my product.
Mhm.
And, yes, I liked the product, but I wasn't in love, with what I was selling. I wasn't passionate about it. And so I wanted to take my experience as, in the business world or the marketing world and the sales world, and take that and sell something that I absolutely love, which is home decor. So,
All right. Like, what sets your business apart from other, home decor and furniture
yeah.
brands?
Absolutely, for sure. So I would say that what sets Home Crest and Company apart, or myself, Jen Dayton, as the business
Mhm.
owner, is that when in the very beginning of stages of me starting Home Crest and Company, which again is just an online shop, but it's a shop that's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It feeds through eBay. We have lots of sales channels that kind of funnel in. So it's not just my website, but it's multiple sales channels that I'm selling Home
Mhm.
Crest and Company products on.
So my question is like, what sets your business, Home Crest and Company, apart from other home decor and furniture brands?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what would set Home Crest and Company apart is in the very beginning of me creating Home Crest and Company, the online store. I was also starting a social media presence. So, I created an Instagram, I created a Facebook, a TikTok, a Threads, so on, and I began, showcasing the products from my website in my home. So I'm styling my home. I'm making social media content and pushing it out on the internet. And so that was kind of something that I was strategically doing at the same time as growing the online business. And so I think that having that set me apart.
Mhm.
Because with being a social media influencer, content creator, I like to say that I'm a lifestyle content creator. Um, I don't really see anybody in my area, specifically in Instagram, my fellow influencers, owning a store of some sorts and promoting their products in a way that I do. So I think that that's what sets me apart. Also traveling throughout the state of Michigan, before I began this journey of starting a retail store, I knew
Mhm.
that I had to capture other customers different ways than just the online presence. So I believe another way that sets Home Crest and Company apart is that we actually travel throughout Michigan and we are there on the ground,
Mhm.
talking with customers, having them look at the product. I'm a firm believer that people or, consumers need to, feel the product, touch, smell the product, hold the product, whatever it is. um,
Mhm.
in order to make a better buying decision, right? And so I do also know that a lot of demographics are not comfortable with purchasing online. But anyway, so I would say that that sets me apart
Mhm.
from other business owners in the home decor industry.
Mhm. What were some of the challenges you faced in
Yeah.
the early days of Home Crest and company?
Well, I still face challenges,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I've learned a lot. So I was very naive when I started Home Crest and Company. It'll be 2 years at the first week in April. I was very naive, right? I was a female business owner. I'm a 100% a woman-owned business in
Mhm.
Michigan. And so I didn't know what I didn't know, right? And just I think being taken advantage of by people, trying to use the Home Crest and Company brand, the name, me, right? But not fulfilling contracts, right? The way that we had discussed, or just feeling like I had been kind of taken advantage of, but they were learning lessons. And I'm talking also big financial learning lessons. And so that was
Mhm.
really an eye opener for me. And coming into the second year of being an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
it's really changed how not only do I grow my business, how I work with vendors, wholesalers, just how I operate the business. I mean, I learned so much from how, mistakes that I made in the beginning.
Mhm. How did you get your first customer? Do you remember? Like,
Well, so with online sales, I remember the first one was an eBay order, and I was like, because I have eBay that flows into it's Home Crest and
Mhm.
Company on eBay, but the order flows into my website, and so I remember just going, "Oh, it's working." Like I had built the site myself. This took months. I spent 6 months really researching what wholesaler I wanted to go with, what home decor and furniture reseller I wanted to go with. I took time and really develop the website. I did hire some freelancers to kind of help me because I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I've essentially taught myself everything, from marketing to building websites. I mean, graphic design.
Mhm.
I don't have degrees in that. I don't have experience in that, but yeah, yeah.
And like, what marketing strategies have been the most effective for you? Like, you are very active on social media, especially on Instagram. I checked your Instagram and I really like the content,
Yeah, yeah.
and your website is amazing,
Thank you. Thank
looks
you.
so professional.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yeah, like, but what works to you best, regarding marketing?
I think it's a whole bunch of things, right? I think it's not just a one size fits all because I've learned that email marketing is extremely important. Making sure that you're getting coupons to the customers, right? You're building your subscription lists or your mailing lists to really drive those leads to your website. Also, again, marketing when I'm in person at festivals, if I'm at the Mint Festival in St. John, I travel a lot to the east side of the state towards Detroit and do a lot of markets there. And that has been huge. Really, again, being in person with somebody and I would say 8 times out of 10 customers are asking me, where are you located? And that was another decision to have a retail store because I'm telling all these customers from the east side of the state, I don't have a location, right? So if you wanted to come over to Kalamazoo, so again, marketing yourself in person. I've done realtor events because I have a staging aspect of the business. And so the retail store is not just going to be a retail store, but it's also going to be a staging studio. And so to build up that aspect. But yeah, I've been, on the road traveling to markets. I think that is a wonderful marketing. Um, Again, the email, social media, posting, you know, consistently. And I will say I'm not the best at that, but posting, regularly. But again, and also other strategies, right? Putting when you make a post, uploading it as a story. I have found that I'm getting more followers that way. I'm getting more engagement, and so people are able to see the brand. It's the awareness is larger.
Mhm. And how did you educate yourself? Like, it looks to me like you've been in this business for over 10 years because like you almost covered everything, regarding marketing. Like,
Oh,
and, businesses like yours, like they miss tons of things, but it looks like, you covered almost everything by yourself and you get some help from freelancers and others, of course. But, uh, like how did you educate yourself?
so I'm old school. I need a book, right? I'm somebody that can't
Hmm.
just read something on the internet. And so Amazon was my best friend when it came to books, materials. I mean, I probably bought books on everything from, search engine optimization to uh, visual merchandising, which is what I'm working on right now, designing and creating the store and the layout of the store. I do a lot of internet search, right, and looking at images and getting a lot of inspiration from that. But I need something where I can highlight and go back to it. And so for me, whether it was I needed marketing strategies or again, because my degree is in elementary education, so I have no experience in any of these fields. But I really had to, it was a lot of Google and it was a lot of textbooks, just reading and highlighting and making notes of what I needed to do. And also, one thing that I absolutely love is feedback. So when I was at these markets and talking to customers coming up and they'd see these displays, when I started off, they looked terrible. I mean, I could be honest, they looked horrible. And I would have customers and I'd say, what would you do different, and get the customer's feedback. Oh, well, I'd do this and, move this cutting board over here. And I would change it and I would listen to what they said and I would change it. And I'm not kidding you, even from like move your table a certain way in your booth, it's more inviting for customers to come inside. My sales increased. And so that was learning from customers that want to buy your products. What would you like it to look like? Or, what are you, so that was another huge learning experience. And also mentorship, reaching out to people in the field, right, in the business field or the home decor industry or interior design industry, and asking for help. Even though I am doing a lot of it myself right now, I behind the scenes there were a lot of people that helped me and to help me grow this into what it is now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, and for your information, like my book will be available on Amazon next month.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
Yes, I
furniture
will be getting
marketing.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I'll give you, a free copy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I
Right.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, could you a little bit talk about like your customer experience? Like, um, obviously, you listen your customers, and like, and you have connection, in-person connection as well, not just online.
Right.
So how do you manage it, and how do you get feedback from your customers?
So we do on the website. I have a form. Contact us. I love feedback. I do actually get quite a bit of feedback, especially from traveling on the markets. Talking to people, and they'll say, "Hey, submit a feedback online." So a lot of it's the leads, which is great. Lots of emails of getting feedback from customers. One thing I want to mention in regards to feedback and learning from customers, you know, when I'm talking to customers, I'm mentally taking notes about, anything you can think of. And so, one thing that I found that was important that I wanted to change, that was going to be different with my retail store, home decor store versus other retail, home decor stores, is that I wanted to make it more inviting for men. I think that the home decor industry kind of misses the mark a little bit. It's not traditionally a man's store, right? And so for me, it was important to make sure that I include a somewhat decent sized men's collection inside the retail store and also on the website. And so, when I'm traveling at these markets, I'm asking, men, hey, what are your favorite scents? What do you like? And, they're saying, well, we're just very simple. We just want a gift box or we just want this. And so I've been doing that research of listening to customers and specifically men to see what they like because, I want to be able to offer a wide selection to everybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like, have there been any key partnerships or collaborations that help you grow? Like, it could be like influencers or like maybe associations
Yeah, yeah.
or
So, hold on.
any events.
Absolutely. So I would say that as far as from the social media perspective or the lifestyle content aspect of my business, definitely collaborations with other influencers in my niche. So I'm in a few groups where there's several of us ladies that probably about 15, and we creatively come up with content together. And these are folks ranging from, or women ranging from 1,000 followers to 80,000 followers. And so someone's kind of in charge of what the content's going to be. They do the write up. And then what we do is we create our own reel, based on whoever did the write up for. But what's really strategic about it is that we're all tagged in the post. And
Mhm.
so there's, hundreds of thousands of people seeing this. If you're combining the 15 of us, right, and all of our followers, because not only are we creating the content, and then we push it out on the same day, and then
Mhm.
we upload it to our stories, and so it's just getting a lot of engagement. So that's been really strategically um, has worked very well for me when it comes to like the Instagram aspect or the social media aspect.
Mhm. Do,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
is it all organic or do you promote that content as well?
So we're all promoting it. So it's organic. Like someone in the group has done like they've chosen, typically it's flowers. Like I have a flower group that I'm a
Mhm.
part of. So we'll do like flower Thursdays where we're all create something. We don't know what it's going to be until that day. And so in our little group, in our secret group, we push out our reel and everybody, we celebrate each other. It's a really great group. I love it. But
Mhm.
during that day, everybody's pushing it out, and we're commenting on each other's posts and promoting everybody's. I share everyone's, not just mine, but I make sure that I share everyone's post and upload it to my story, because again, my followers are seeing their content, so we're helping each other out and collaborating together.
Mhm. That's perfect. Yeah, it's very smart way of promoting your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, let me ask a little bit more about how you pick your brands and
Yeah.
products. Like, do you include all of the collections from one brand, or like do you personally pick them one by one, and how do you process it?
I love this question. This is one of my favorites. So I take great pride in, and this is something that I will never give up. Like, even no matter how big Home Crest and Company gets, this is something that is very, very important to me, is that I handpick every product that goes into our brand. So I'm, looking at it, I'm feeling it, I'm making sure the quality is there, because that is a huge mission, or, a huge aspect of our business, a huge goal at providing quality uh, home decor,
Mhm.
and also, I really like to carry at least 25% of my inventory being Michigan made products by other small business owners. And so I'm out there kind of, looking for the products. And actually yesterday I went to a gift show. It was an expo, and there's, hundreds of vendors there, wholesalers, and that they're showcasing their products. And actually I chose 5 additional, um, I would say, brands yesterday to
Mhm.
include in the retail store, because obviously I have a store now that I have to fill with inventory. But I was able to test the men's products that I found yesterday, which was really what I went there for. But I found pillows, and I found other things, and Michigan candles that I was like, wow, blown away. The quality, hand poured soy, just because I'm not going to carry anything in the store that's not quality and that's not good for you. And so, yeah, I absolutely hand select everything, and I will always do that.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I'm usually, now that I have a retail store, I take it even more seriously, right? And so, making sure that I'm going out there and looking at the product, and I'm, traveling to these gift shows and taking a look at what these wholesalers have to offer.
Yeah, like I highly recommend it to our clients as well. Like, because like if we upload 200,000 products all together, like from XML or from API connection, like it's not gonna it's not going to be branding, for your business.
Hmm.
If we
Yeah.
include everything. And I like the way you pick the products, and you have a brand right now. Like, if you do that, if you don't do it, like, and you also like support local businesses as well.
Oh yes. Yep. That's a
Very nice of you.
huge.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like, let's talk about a little bit more on social proofs, like social
Yeah.
media.
Hmm.
So, like, being consistent is very important,
Yeah.
and how do you achieve it? Like, how do you schedule your calendar, for social media? Like, could you give us a little bit more tips, like, for
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
listeners?
Absolutely. Yeah, so I highly suggest anybody that's running a business. I mean, definitely you need to have the social media aspect. I know that a lot of people don't want to do that, but again, there's things with Facebook. You can run ads, Instagram. You can boost your reels. I mean, and you're gaining followers, which are potential customers. But what I would say is, make sure that, let's say you're a furniture company and, create a Facebook. Make sure that you can hopefully have a Facebook shop so customers can, you can capture sales from that aspect. But what I highly recommend is that with Meta, I
Mhm.
schedule everything within my Meta platform, and everything is streamlined. So, I can, when I'm creating a post, and typically if it's a sales post, so if it's for, the home decor aspect, not the social media um, brand, but if it's a
Mhm.
product, I will do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm not, I was doing every day and I felt like it was just kind of, I needed to scale back a bit. Once I start growing, specifically the local following here in Kalamazoo with the retail store, we can start putting, social media out every day. But typically, every Monday I sit down and I, pick out the products that I'm gonna promote. Well, I, look out weeks ahead and say, okay, spring is coming. It's time.
Mhm.
Let's get the flower bins out. No, but so yeah, I'll typically schedule it within Meta, and then I tag the product. I make sure that that's important, that, or that if I can't, that there is a link to the product, so that the customer or the Facebook follower, or even someone who's scrolling through your reels, right? They can get to the product. The customer needs to be able to find the product. Um, as far as it kind of just depends on the season, right? Like I take a look at the season. I take a look at with the collaborations, what's coming up. Planning is really important. I'm trying to get better about that. I've gotten better about that, but consistency, I've got to, you know, work on that. But yeah, no, I think that making sure that if you're a business owner, at least create an Instagram, and a Facebook profile, and try to get like a Instagram and Facebook shop, and really promote your products on there, because I have customers messaging me now directly from Instagram. Hey, how much is this? So it's really capturing more leads.
Mhm. And like, do you blog like one day a week, or like, do you create it, on daily basis, or like, how do you create content, for social media?
Yeah.
Or is
So
is is it like random, or you based on your
no,
mood?
No, like right now, so I'm shooting a lot of, well, some of it's mood, right? If but a lot of it right now. So I'm shooting a lot of the renovation of the store, and so soon people will see I'll be putting out content of me actually, painting and DIY. I'm going to be putting up the wallpaper accent, or the wallpaper on the accent wall tomorrow, and I'll be filming that. And so yeah, I mean, there's definitely planning. So, right now I'm shooting that, and then I kind of go, okay, what do we have coming up? Spring and fall are our biggest, in the home decor industry, are the biggest seasons. So that requires a lot of planning. So yeah, kind of sitting down, maybe like 3 weeks ahead and saying, okay, I got to push this. But yeah, because I have so many holidays, and with the industry that I'm in, it's like every single holiday, I'm having to create content. because I sell pretty much, 4th of July and, fall.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a yearly content calendar for your business? Like, because almost every month we have something, you know,
Yeah.
that we can, promote. Like for July, it could be like 4th of July, maybe like in June. And like we have like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
Valentine's Day, it
Yes.
goes like that, during the year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, for home decor business, like, do you have a calendar for that? Like, or it's like, hey, next month it is going to be like, Thanksgiving, and then let's focus on Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah. Well, I would say last year felt like what you just described because it was so chaotic and I'm, learning so many things and I was very inconsistent. So, looking back, I would say that I should have absolutely created a yearly calendar. If I could go back in time and change that, I would have. I started just doing monthly, but now that I'll have a team, with hiring, with the retail store, and hopefully having some of the social media content fall under, the people that I hire. I definitely a yearly calendar is something is a must in this industry for sure. There's too much there's too many things that could slip by, like sales. President's Day or whatever. There's so many small things that I kind of, if I don't have a yearly calendar in this industry, right? Because I could be pushing out coupons for certain holidays, and if I'm not, have that on my, if I don't have that, in my forefront of thinking, then I have an opportunity of missed sales. So yeah, definitely a
Got
yearly
it.
calendar would be, I would say, would be very beneficial.
Wow. And like, do you do paid ads as well, like on Google or Facebook? Like, have you ever tried paid ads or?
Yes, yes. So I find Facebook ads are very easy to do, but for a beginner like me, again, with no, I'm just researching how to do something and then I try it. I would say Facebook ads are very easy to create. So I wouldn't be too, if you're starting off as a business owner, don't be afraid of Facebook ads. I will say that I Google ads is something that's very hard for me to understand. And so I tried it and lost a lot of money because I didn't really know what I was doing, right? I'm kind of like, okay, let's put a $200 budget per month for, or whatever it is, and I just was not getting, I was not getting the leads because I don't think that I had it set up correctly. So again, going back, because I do a lot of self-reflection to improve, going back, I would definitely hire somebody to do the Google ads. It's just too, for someone like me, that's not a huge computer person. But yeah, no, I think that given if you hired somebody, a marketing manager that knew how to do Google ads, I think that they are very, very beneficial. I do see that I am getting impressions, quite a few impressions on Google, and quite a bit of my sales come from the Google Merchant. But I would like to do more Google ads. It's just something that's a little bit intimidating for me, but I definitely would hire somebody for that.
And like, for business owners like you, like, we highly recommend it, because if you are active on social media, like, organically it is limited. Like, you cannot reach out to your ideal clients, with 100% organic content. But what we experience, like, we call it omnipresent presence method. It is like, you post organically, and then, it worked really well in last 6 months with our clients. We promote that content. You have some winner content, right, organically. And then what we experience, like, once we promote those content with the right audience, and then the cost per that campaign is like one third of normal campaign. And it's very cost effective because people show interest. If they show interest organically, it means that once you promote it, they will show interest as well. And then Facebook and Google rewards you with, charging less than others, because like you
Yes.
you you provide some value. and we call it, omnipresent method, like, and it worked really well, to be honest. Like in last 6 months, like we we were focusing on, like, what is next, for our clients, because like it is consistently changing,
Oh yeah.
the tactics, and the things that are working well, you know like they were effective last year, but this year, like, we were not getting enough ROAS. We call it ROAS, return on ad spending. We calculated our success from ROAS, anyways. So like, my next question is, like, how do you handle pricing and positioning your products in the market?
So I, in my industry, I do value based pricing, right? So we're pricing based on what we think the customer would pay for that product, right? So, and I've had to learn how to do that. That's been a skill that's taken some time because, my background, when I was younger, I worked for Nextel Communications, uh, the cell phone company, the big cell phone giant. And then I worked after college. I couldn't find a teaching job. I worked at Victoria's Secret Beauty. And so those, obviously, they have set prices, right? And they have their value-based pricing behind the scenes. And I didn't know how that worked. So I didn't have that experience. And so that was kind of something that I had to learn. You have to go, okay, get inside someone's mind and go, what do you think that this customer would pay for this? And it's a trial and error, and it depends on the market too. It depends on where I'm selling. Um, someone would pay a different price, based on where they live in the U.S. And so you kind of have to take a look at all of those things. But to really to really capture and have an understanding, because again, this is my brand, right? This is not, I'm having to come up with the pricing. Some wholesalers do provide a suggested retail price, which is great. But again, as a small business owner, I have lots of other costs. So if I'm selling on eBay, there's much more additional costs
Yes.
than just my online e-commerce shop. And so I have to take a look at what they think, what they've suggested, right? But markets, again, being in person, when you read someone's face, when they look at the price tag of something on your table, right? You have an idea and go, that's a little too high. They're not gonna, And so I've had to really do that, specifically with candles. And there's just certain, people will buy a nice textile blanket. That's not really. I don't see much of a fuss on those, but it's things like candles, and I have to really adjust prices based on where I'm at, and obviously, in who I'm selling to. So yes, it's just kind of a numbers game, right? And
Yeah.
figuring out, and also the strategy behind sales. Do I put a sale on it? Does it look, um, and also that's the psychology of, should I end it at a 9 or a 5? So I've had to really think about how to uh, capture sales from a psychology perspective.
And like having a profit first mentality, it's good, because like, most of the time, um, business owners think, like, um, decreasing their price will help them, but no, like, their problem was most of the time positioning their brand, and like, you cannot target everyone in the market. You need to know your ideal client personas, and then you need to be targeting them, and also, like, you need to make profit, because if you cannot make profit, then you cannot survive as a business.
Right.
And it makes a lot tougher,
Mhm.
without profit. You don't have enough budget to promote your business,
Right.
and yeah. And the,
Yeah.
the, the bad thing is, like, client acquisition cost, it is increasing, like, in last 3 4 years. Like it's like 3 4 times expensive than during COVID, especially for home decor and furniture businesses.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, you are doing great, by the way. Like you're already aware of that. And yeah,
Thank
that
you.
yeah, the business owner should check and find the sweet spot for the profit margin. And then
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
not overcharging. I don't mean that
Oh yeah,
overcharge people,
absolutely.
but
Right. No, but you need to know your customers, your customer base, and another thing as far as marketing. I've also marketed in newspapers, so I Holland area in Michigan is a very good area for me. West Bloomfield Hills and Shelby Town, like those are good areas for me. And so being strategic about the marketing, because again, I know my clients or my customers, and so just being or Traverse City, right? And so really trying to hit those markets because I believe that the products and the pricing go well with those markets.
Awesome. So, like, what home decor and furniture trends are you currently excited about? Like, do you have any examples?
I do. So, when I started Home Crest and Company, I had I'm not embarrassed to say I loved farmhouse decor. I think that it was a style that everybody loved. It was this just very cute. And the business actually, it said Home Crescent Company, and the logo was like this farmhouse
Hmm.
house, and on the bottom it
Yeah.
said farmhouse home decor. And so when I started the business, it was going to be just farmhouse decor. And then as I started the social media influencing, and my taste changed, and I've always loved vintage. That's never changed. I've always loved very antique pieces. And so, but what I noticed is that my love for antiques grew and grew and grew. And then, like the farmhouse kind of, it was a trend that was going away. And I just found myself not really like, and I started loving modern. Like, I don't know. I just was never really a super modern home decorist.
Hmm.
But I really, especially with the store and having to plan the design, and knowing what I wanted the brand to be and what I wanted it to look like. Um, I am very much, I would say I'm a modern vintage. That's my home decor, and that's my niche. So that's taking, a room, you have very modern, very streamlined, not a ton of, I'm trying to get better about the clutter, like, a lot of home decor, but a
Hmm.
very clean look, but adding pieces of the past, right? The history or the antiques. And so I'm always looking for pieces. I live on Facebook Marketplace. I have found so much great furniture, antique pieces for the store, dressers, sinks, from, uh, my favorite is this library card catalog that I bought. And a lot of people, I've traveled all through Michigan, creating content regarding what I found for my vintage pieces. But I, found this very large library card catalog. It was on my bucket list of things I wanted,
Hmm.
and I waited and waited because this is a big piece, and I found one. And actually, yesterday I was moving it to the shop, and I
Hmm.
opened it and I found it, and I found a card because I always ask the person the history of it when I'm picking it up. Do you know the history of this? And so this card catalog was at a bank somewhere up in Grand Rapids. So they believe that it was made in Grand Rapids, but I thought it was 1920s,
Hmm.
1910s, right? And I opened it yesterday, and I down at the bottom there was three cards at the bottom, and the lady did tell me that it came from a mortgage company or a bank. And on the bottom, I found cards that are somebody's mortgage slips, and their mortgage was, or their house was $500. And the this is the, I can't believe I'm so excited. The date on it was 1878. It is the oldest thing that I own. So I'm going to frame these and put it above. So there's three. I'm going to have it custom framed and put it above the card catalog in the store. But I'm finding, I'm just finding all these really wonderful antique pieces to put in the store. But yeah, I'm just that's my jam is modern vintage. So
Wow.
sorry.
And I lived in Michigan, Bloomfield
Hmm.
Hills, Michigan for two
Yeah.
years, and a friend of mine gave me a bookshelf, and there was a car wash ticket, and it was like 39 cents, from
Really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. Not
1970s.
$12 now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Did it have a date
Yeah.
on it?
I don't clearly remember, but it was
Okay.
like 1970s, maybe. Like, yeah,
That's really cool. I love finding
yeah,
stuff like that, especially in old like furniture. You open up furniture and you just find like random stuff. So yeah,
yeah.
I love it.
And like, what advice would you give to someone looking to start a home decor or furniture business?
I would say, oh man, definitely before you start, do all your research. I mean, just do as much research as you can before you actually start your business. What are you wanting, what's your objective, right? I started with the question of how do I or business or Home Crest was built on the question, how do I showcase what I love to do to the world, right? And so it started again with the social media aspect, and then the online came. So I would definitely say, who's your target audience? What do you want to sell? There's so many possibilities, and what's going to set you apart from everyone else? Because, you know, I'm not trying to be like Martha Stewart, but you want to sell yourself apart and be authentic as well, though. That's important. People can they know when you're not being authentic. So, but I would say that find a mentor. That's extremely important, especially in the industry. Find local mentorships. I join a group of business individuals so you can you know work together to collaborate, and that's been huge
Inspired,
for me. Oh yes, it's been huge for me,
inspired by
especially
others. Yeah.
now tapping into a local market, right? I was, for almost 2 years I just sat at home, right, creating content, and I didn't need to be in the public. But now that I'm having a brick and mortar, I partnerships or being a part of the networking group has been a game changer for me, as far as getting that local support. So definitely, um, but yeah, you need mentorships. Read. I mean, just really do your research uh, before you dive in. But yeah, I would say mentorships. Do your research and really ask those questions. What's going to set me apart, and what do I want to sell, and how am I going to do it? So.
Got it. Have you ever attended to High Point Market or Las Vegas Market, like any of the trade shows or events? Like,
Some of the bigger ones.
yeah, like it's like huge for designers, and I attend High Point Market,
Yeah.
2 times a year. So like I just wonder,
Oh,
and do
I there was a market in Chicago that I
yeah,
was really
Chicago
wanting.
Market, one of the biggest
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was really wanting to do, and I would say within the next year. I would love to do those bigger markets, right? But I think it's building, to get there. But I would absolutely love to do those markets, and definitely think that it would be beneficial from a marketing aspect for Home Crest and Company.
Yeah, we recommend it for established businesses, like
Yeah.
at least once a quarter.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't need to have a booth, but at least you can go there, and you can catch the trends, and
Oh yes,
conversation with
yes.
others, and
Okay.
there'll be
Yeah.
tons of even speaking opportunities. it
Hmm.
helps a lot. If you speak,
Hmm.
there, then people come to you, and you can have some connections, with others, and
Yeah.
it, it gives tons of partnership opportunities as well.
Yeah, I love the idea of
Hmm.
attending as, just attending, not being a vendor there, because again, doing
Hmm.
research and um, seeing what's out there and the trends. That's what I think that that's
Hmm.
extremely important, is staying not just from local trends, but our decor in the Midwest is very different than the decor in Las Vegas, right? Or
Correct.
California or Florida. I have half of my family lives in Florida, and their decor is very, very different than up here. And so I think that that's extremely important, because I'm trying to diversify home decor, right? Make sure that I have all different types, right? Cottage,
Hmm.
industrial, uh, different types of styles of home decor.
Hmm. So, what is next for Home Decor and Company? Home
Uh,
Crest, sorry, Home Crest and company.
yeah, so some exciting. This is probably the most exciting time that I've had as a business owner. So um, you know, I'll be opening the brick and mortar downtown
Hmm.
Kalamazoo, in a very historic area. I'm right next to a iconic bar that's been there for
Hmm.
a very long time, the Green Top Tavern. I love it. So when I say I'm next to the Green Top Tavern, everybody in town, oh yeah, yeah, I know where you are. So it's a beautiful building. So right now I am painting and laying tile and wallpaper, and I'm doing 90% of it myself to cut down on the costs, and also because I'm somewhat handy, so I can do that. But yeah, right now I'm painting, and I've got the tile picked out, and I've got all the colors picked out, and um, you know, ordering what is the awning shape going to look like, because the I believe that the exterior is just as important, if not more important, than the interior, because you need to get customers attracted to your store, and you
Hmm.
need to get their foot in the door. And
Correct.
so I really am taking it's really important to me that the exterior of the building looks great. But when you're working with sign companies, and those things take time. So the
Hmm.
signage, we're working on that right now, and I'm collecting a lot of pieces, again, antique pieces off of Facebook Marketplace, for the actual these will be tables that are holding the decor, and really mapping out where the flow of the store, right? When we walk in, do we want
Hmm.
the candles first, or do we want, where's the men's section going to be? And so just really, I'm really taking the time to research layouts of the store. And so yeah, I'm hoping for, my hope is for the
Hmm.
first week in April to be open. That's my 2-year anniversary of being a business owner, April 4th. But again, there's a lot of things that are out of my control. So I've just put
Hmm.
on signs spring 2025. Um, but yeah, that's kind of the next thing, is the retail store, and hiring, finding, sales associates that kind of, I have this idea of what I want as a brand, and
Hmm.
that's included with my employees. And so, so yes, lot the hiring, and so I'm
Hmm.
really, I'm running on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, because I'm so excited. I mean, I wake up and just
I feel you. Yeah.
love. I'm sure right? I mean, I can sit down for 4 hours and be like, oh, it's been 4 hours. So, but yeah, just a lot of planning, and then also, working with the new vendors of all the products, the 4 or 5 products that I'm going to bring onto the store. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's going to be the next 5, 6 weeks, and hopefully we have a really awesome grand opening. But yeah, no, that's what's in store, and hopefully travel to some markets across Michigan throughout the summer and fall.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it's very easy, I think.
yes.
And where can people learn more about Home Crest and Company and connect with you?
Yeah, absolutely. So the e-commerce store, or the website with all the
Hmm.
products, is www.homecrestandco.com.
Hmm.
So then we are also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on Threads, as far as from the lifestyle perspective. So
Hmm.
you'll be able to find us right there on social media. and hopefully, we get some visitors to Kalamazoo, Michigan for the retail store. So we'll be right downtown on East Michigan Avenue. So
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much attending for our,
thank you.
Furniture Success podcast, Jen. And
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I loved it. It was fun.
all right. Thank you.
Thank you.